What is going on, guys? It is Zach, and you might notice that we have found ourselves stepping away from the normal videos that I've been putting out the past few months, and we find ourselves back in my Photoshop program, which is Corel Paint Shop Pro 2018. And with car show season starting to wind down, I'm starting to break into my photos and actually start editing things in bulk. And I've been finding myself going a little extra on photos this year and trying out different methods and getting some different results. I figured I would do another editing tutorial, or more so breakdown, of how I edit the photos before I put them out on social media. Alright, so as you can see here, I have this photo of a rather dope looking S15 that I took at First Class Fitment. It's a real S15, not just the front end conversion. And essentially what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be changing the sky in the background. I'm going to be replacing it with a completely different photo of a different sky, just like a regular stock photo. And the reason I'm going to be doing that is because once I start editing like the actual photo of the car, all of like the adjustments are going to blow out the sky in the background, and it's just going to be white. And the issue with that is that I have the car front and center, but I have this bright white background. It's going to be rather distracting. It's going to pull your eyes away from the car, which is supposed to be the centerpiece of the photo. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be fine-tuning the levels adjustments, so I'm going to do that real quick. Just make some of the more details of the car pop out. As you can see, I'll do a little comparison. Alright, so that's done. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the fill, light, and clarity adjustments. And as you can see, that just adds a little bit more detail, well, a lot more detail to the photo, but this is a little much, so I'm going to lower it down to 30. And fill light setting is pretty good. Another little comparison to before and after. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to be doing is one of the more tedious parts of this process, and that is going to be cropping out the car along with the trees and everything else in the background in order to put this photo where the original sky to this photo would be, just to make it a little more pleasing and also make it kind of flow better with the rest of the photo, so it's not just a white background. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to go to my lasso tool, and I'm going to have the selection type in Edge Seeker. And what Edge Seeker is, essentially it's just going to be guiding my line when I'm cropping without me having to keep my finger on the mouse button. So it makes my life a lot easier than if I were to try doing it freehand. So I'll do that real quick. Alright, so now I'm going to select that, and as you can see now, the sky is no longer there. Okay, so next I am going to copy and paste the other photo of another sky into this photo, and I'm going to drop it behind the photo of the S15 to move it to the top. I'm going to make it the actual size of the original photo. As you can tell, it just looks like I took a stock photo and slapped it into the background, which is essentially what I did, but I don't want to make it look like that, so I'm going to be doing some adjustments on the sky to make it blend better. But before I do that, there's two more things that I want to take care of first. You can see here that there are some leftover bits from the original sky that I cropped out, and I don't want those sticking out when I do the adjustments, so I'm going to use my background eraser tool and I'm going to get rid of those. But before I do that, I'm going to crop the roof of the car out because the roof is pretty close to the parts I wanted to erase. And what the background eraser tool is, it pretty much just detects, it like detects what it thinks you want to erase, and it just starts erasing it, so it can kind of work around objects. If I get too close to the roof of the car, it could start erasing the roof, so I don't want that to happen, so I'm going to separate the roof from the picture that I'm going to be erasing on. Okay, so it's not 100% perfect, but it's good enough to the point where nothing will be sticking out when I do the adjustments on the sky. So that's what we're going to do next. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the layer that has the picture of the sky. I'm going to go to histogram adjustment. And I'm going to mess around with the gamma and with the high to get it to be more pale, so it doesn't look like, again, like I just slapped a photo on there. Alright, the next thing I'm going to do is going to go to the vibrancy, and I'm going to make it paler. And now I'm going to go back to the levels adjustments, and I'm going to make it just a little more brighter and add a little bit of contrast. Alright, I'm actually going to lower the vibrancy a little bit more. Alright, another -20 should be good. Okay, so now I'm going to merge all of this together and do some final adjustments. Alright, so the last two things I'm going to do is I'm just going to adjust the mid-tone shadow. For an after comparison. It's a subtle adjustment, but it's effective. Then I'm going to go back to the vibrancy, and now that I have everything put together, I'm going to up it a little bit to give it a little more color. Alright, and then I will add a layer of sharpness, and that should be it. Alright, and that's pretty much everything that I wanted to do with this picture. And other than that, that's pretty much it for this video, and I'm not gonna lie, it was a filler video. I had something else planned for this week, but I didn't really actually come up with the fine details of the idea until the end of the week, and when I started recording, I kept messing things up, and I kept having audio issues, so I'm gonna spend more time on it this week, and hopefully get that video out next week. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this hopefully quick video. And let me know if you want to see anything specific, editing-wise, or like anything else photo-wise on this channel. But I'm going to leave it at that, and I will see you guys next week. So, have an awesome day.